Ever wondered how the innovative and intellectually independent nature of Aquarius men interacts with narcissistic tendencies? Let's delve into this fascinating topic. Aquarius men are often characterized by an intellectually independent nature. They have a unique way of thinking, often challenging conventional norms and seeking out innovative solutions. This intellectual independence is one of the traits that make them stand out, but it could also lead them down a path of self-assuredness that borders on superiority. These men are like the inventors of the zodiac, their minds always buzzing with ideas, constantly looking for new ways to change the world. Their innovative streak is admirable, and it's part of what makes them so captivating. But with this comes a certain sense of individualism that could, at times, be perceived as a sense of superiority. They believe in their ideas so much that they might dismiss others' thoughts and opinions, which can come off as them being a bit too full of themselves. Now, how does this interact with narcissistic tendencies? Well, narcissism is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. If an Aquarius man's intellectual independence and innovative nature are not balanced with humility and consideration for others, these traits could potentially amplify narcissistic tendencies. For instance, their belief in their ideas and solutions could become so strong that they may dismiss or belittle others' opinions. They might become so engrossed in their world of innovation that they fail to acknowledge the feelings and needs of those around them, leading to a lack of empathy, a key trait in narcissism. But remember, not all Aquarius men are narcissistic, and not all narcissists are Aquarius. This is simply a discussion on how these traits might interact if they coexist in the same person. It's always crucial to remember that everyone is unique, and while astrology can provide some insights, it does not define a person's character completely. Understanding the nature of their intellectual independence can help in dealing with narcissistic Aquarius men. Stay tuned as we continue to explore this fascinating zodiac sign and its complexities in the following scenes. Communication forms the bedrock of any relationship, but what happens when you're dealing with a narcissistic Aquarius man? Let's dive into the communicative nature of Aquarius men. As an air sign, Aquarius is intellectual and communicative. They love to share ideas, engage in stimulating conversations, and explore innovative concepts. However, when coupled with narcissistic tendencies, this communicative nature can sometimes morph into a one-way street where the Aquarius man is the principal speaker, and you are the audience. Narcissistic Aquarius men tend to dominate conversations, often steering them towards their interests or achievements. Their need for admiration and validation can overshadow the need for mutual dialogue. You might find them less receptive to your thoughts and feelings, making communication a challenge. But don't be disheartened. There are strategies to navigate this complex dynamic effectively. The first step is to understand that their narcissistic tendencies do not reflect on your worth or the validity of your thoughts. When communicating with a narcissistic Aquarius man, aim to be assertive yet understanding. Express your thoughts clearly, but also be open to their viewpoints. This approach encourages dialogue and can help break down the wall of narcissism. It's also crucial to remember that you're dealing with an Aquarius, a sign known for its innovative thinking. So try to engage them in conversations that stimulate their intellect. Discuss new ideas, debate on intellectual topics, and let them see that you value their unique perspective. This can make them more open to a balanced conversation. However, always remember that effective communication is a two-way process. If you find yourself constantly adjusting to accommodate their narcissistic tendencies, it might be time to reassess the relationship dynamics. In this journey, never hesitate to seek professional help if required. Therapists can provide valuable insights and tools to navigate such situations effectively. Above all, remember that your voice matters. You deserve to be heard and understood. Successful communication requires understanding, patience, and resilience. Aquarius men are known for their humanitarian ideals, but how does this mesh with narcissistic behavior? As we delve into the intricate nature of Aquarius personalities, we find them often championing for the underdog, standing up for social justice, and generally having a heart for humanity. This strong sense of humanitarian ideals is one of their most admirable traits. Yet when juxtaposed with narcissistic tendencies, a fascinating paradox emerges. Narcissism, as we know, is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. On the surface, it seems almost counterintuitive to find these traits in someone who is also deeply committed to humanitarian causes. Yet it's not uncommon to find these two seemingly contrasting characteristics coexisting in the same person. So how does this play out in a relationship with a narcissistic Aquarius man? Well, the humanitarian ideals may manifest as grand gestures of generosity or public acts of kindness. However, these actions, while beneficial to others, may also serve to feed the Aquarius's ego and need for admiration. In a relationship, this can create a dynamic where the Aquarius man is seen as the hero, the savior, the one who always knows best. And while it's certainly noble to want to help others, when it's driven by a need for self-aggrandizement, it can overshadow the needs and feelings of the partner. Navigating this balance between selflessness and self-centeredness can be tricky. It requires understanding and patience. It requires acknowledging the good intentions behind the humanitarian ideals, while also recognizing the ego-driven motivations. It requires setting boundaries and asserting one's own needs in the relationship, without diminishing the Aquarius man's desire to make a positive impact. Remember, every person is a complex blend of traits and tendencies. And while the Aquarius man's humanitarian ideals and narcissistic behavior can present a unique set of challenges, with understanding and communication, it's possible to navigate this delicate balance. Balancing humanitarian ideals and narcissistic tendencies requires careful navigation and understanding. Aquarius men are known for their detached emotions. How does this influence relationship dynamics? In the world of astrology, Aquarians are often described as emotionally detached. This is not to say they lack feelings or empathy. Rather, they process emotions in a different way, preferring to analyze feelings from an intellectual standpoint rather than experiencing them in a raw, visceral manner. This can be a challenging trait to navigate, especially in relationships. It may seem like the Aquarius man is aloof or unfeeling, but this is rarely the case. Instead, he values his emotional independence, preferring to maintain a level of distance to protect his inner world. If you're in a relationship with an Aquarius man who also exhibits narcissistic traits, this emotional detachment might seem amplified. Narcissism often involves a lack of empathy, which when combined with the Aquarian's natural tendency towards emotional independence can create a dynamic that feels cold or uncaring. So how do you foster emotional connection with someone who values their emotional independence? It's all about balance and understanding. Recognize that an Aquarius man's emotional detachment is not a reflection of his feelings for you, but rather a part of his nature. One strategy is to engage him in intellectual conversations about emotions. Aquarians are analytical, so discussing emotions in a logical, thoughtful way can help bridge the gap. Another strategy is to respect his need for emotional independence. Just as you may need emotional intimacy, he needs emotional space. This doesn't mean you should tolerate disregard or disrespect. Instead, aim to understand that his emotional needs may differ from yours, and that's okay. In relationships with narcissistic tendencies, it's crucial to maintain your own emotional well-being. Nurturing your own emotional health allows you to interact with your Aquarius partner in a balanced, understanding way. Remember, every Aquarius man is unique. While astrology can provide insights, it doesn't dictate personality or behavior. The key is to approach your relationship with understanding, respect, and a willingness to communicate openly. Understanding and respecting their emotional independence is key to fostering a healthy relationship. How can women set boundaries and practice self-care while dealing with a narcissistic Aquarius man? Navigating a relationship with a narcissistic Aquarius man can indeed be a tightrope walk. However, setting clear boundaries and prioritizing self-care are the two pillars that can make this journey smoother. Boundary setting is crucial in any relationship, but it becomes even more essential when dealing with someone who has narcissistic tendencies. Aquarius men, with their intellectual independence and innovative nature, can sometimes overlook the needs of others. So, it's important to assert your needs. Speak up when you feel overlooked or diminished. It's okay to say no, to disagree, to ask for space. Remember, boundaries are not barriers. They are guidelines that help maintain respect and understanding in a relationship. Next, let's talk about the magic of self-care. In the whirlwind of a relationship with a narcissistic Aquarius man, don't let yourself get lost. Keep in touch with your interests, your passions. Make time for activities that bring you joy and peace. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who uplift you. Self-care also includes taking care of your emotional health. It's okay to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable insights and equip you with tools to handle the emotional roller coaster. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. And lastly, don't forget the power of resilience. In this journey, there may be setbacks, there may be days when you feel drained. But remember, resilience is not about avoiding stress or hardship, but about learning to cope with it, to bounce back. To conclude, while dealing with a narcissistic Aquarius man can be challenging, it's not impossible. With clear boundaries, a robust self-care routine, and a resilient spirit, you can navigate this relationship while protecting your well-being and maintaining your individuality. Remember, your well-being is paramount. Establishing boundaries and practicing self-care are essential when dealing with narcissistic Aquarius men.